Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Canadian Football Central, CFL content for the fans, by the fans. And we have a bit of an interesting video coming up as Anthony Bennett, defensive lineman for the BC Lions, former first-round draft pick by the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, has re-signed for the Lions. Now, Bennett has had a bit of an interesting journey in the CFL, as recently as the only time he had played a full season was in 2023. He played 18 games with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, the team that had drafted him. 8 defensive tackles, 3 special teams tackles, and overall just not a lot of time on the field. Based on the comments on his re-signing, I imagine he became good friends with Jackson Jeffcoat, actually. I saw Jackson Jeffcoat had commented on that post. But then he doesn't play 2024. I'm not exactly sure why. I don't see anything listed on exactly why. But in 2024, he then plays 2 games with the Red Blacks and then 4 games with the Lions. Of course, he's re-signing in BC. What do you think about this move, Rick, by the Lions to lock down, a former first-round draft pick? What do you think about this move?
Okay, so let me just pull this up for a second because I actually did do them on my sheet the other day. Give me 1 second. So he was a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
Which brings up an interesting point because as of right now, they basically have Dwayne Hendricks, Matthew Betts, and Christian Covington. So with those 3 there, that could be the extra. I don't know where on the defensive line he plays.
Have they re-signed Tavai or Bell or no?
Levy Bell?
Yeah, they had Bell and Tavai. Have they re-signed either of those guys or no?
Levy Bell is signed.
Okay.
Tavai is not.
Tavai is not. I see. Okay. Because right now, if we're looking even like at the most recent game the Lions played, the West Final against Saskatchewan, they had Betts, Hendricks, Tavai, and Bell as that front 4. Mm-hmm. So I was just kind of curious to see, and obviously there's guys backing them up.
I'm sure Bennett will play like special teams.
Yeah, no, he had. Although I will say, even if you look at his time in college, he had done pretty decent. As in 2022, he plays with the Regina Rams. Bennett was named a first-team All-Canadian with the University of Regina Rams, after recording 38 tackles, 12.5 tackles for loss, and 9 sacks. So he had done pretty well there. And so again, defense was part of the issue here with the Lions this year. I mean, especially since it's funny. I remember seeing some people. I'm not gonna put a lot of people on this, but I saw some people blaming Nathan Rourke after that game. Again, some people, not all people. Clarifying that right there.
Which one?
Blaming Nathan Rourke after that loss against Saskatchewan. But Nathan Rourke was making plays that he had no business making, where he was getting all kinds of pressure, and he still got the ball out and still was connecting passes. The thing that was a problem for the Lions that game was that defense. That last drive where Saskatchewan was just able to march down the field completely untested. Like, they were not able to stop it. They needed to get more pressure. Matthew Betts did very, very well. The defensive line of the BC Lions did very well in general. However, I will say Matthew Betts pulled the majority of the weight there. Like, I don't think that's controversial to say. And so, but all that really shows is that if you get some other guys that can do some damage, that could be seriously effective. Because, I mean, if we look at the BC Lions this year, they led the league in sacks, 45 sacks, which was first in the CFL. And if we look at, say, like yards lost, sack yards lost, sorry, The Lions still did pretty well. They were fourth in the league with 296, with the three teams ahead of them being the Ticats, 297, just 1 yard. Then the Alouettes, 326, and the Riders, 353. So BC had done pretty well in the defensive line component. So keeping more of that talent within and building upon that is pretty good. Again, the problem with BC was not really that D-line. It was more the secondary. So, Anthony Bennett, 29 years old, had some very good stats in college in Regina. He is a national, despite being born in Weston, Florida, because of his time playing U Sports. And so that's very, very useful. That's one of those things where, again, any Canadians or nationalized Americans that you can get into the lineup to contribute to that Canadian ratio, it just gives you the flexibility with your lineup. And so I think in general that this is a good move for the Lions. As I think they, in general, again, the defensive line, I don't see the Lions looking to make a lot of change there, as it worked well. Again, led the league in sacks. I think they want to focus their efforts when it comes to bringing in talent in other aspects of their team. I think that's probably where Omar Doman wants to focus the effort. And yeah, so overall, I think this is a pretty good signing. What do you think, Rick?
I mean, it brings depth to their
D-line,
defensive line. So we'll see what he can bring. See if he can step up to that. You said he was a first round, no?
Yeah, no, he was a first round draft pick. Yeah. Well, because and that's the thing.
He still hasn't lived up to that potential yet.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, he had played 2 regular season games with Ottawa. He was cut in July. And then I don't know why this started playing something on the 3 Down Nation article. But then he had become a free agent after getting cut, and he kind of finished the season on the practice roster. And so, but having depth guys on the practice roster that you can eventually pull up, you can give them that chance, is really important. And so, all in all, I think it's a pretty decent move by the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so thank you guys so much for tuning into the video. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video, share it around, and subscribe if you have not already. Also, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys join our Discord. Link in the description below to our Discord, where we chat all things CFL, NHL, all sorts of stuff. So tune in below, and we'd love to see you guys there. So peace, love, and positivity to all you wonderful people at home. We will see you guys next time.